Where there were a large number of white students, that's where the care went.
Ruth Batson, seen here in a 1988 interview, was a titan in the education reform movement.
So therefore, our theory was move our kids into those schools where they're putting all of the resources so that they can get a better education.
Batson's grassroots organizing is often linked to an epic battle with the Boston School Committee, which preceded the clashes over busing in the mid-1970s. Almost 10 years earlier, she had been laying the groundwork for METCO.
Mrs. Batson interviewed us. She gave us aptitude tests, and she selected me as one of the ones and chose Wellesley High for me to attend. There I am. Whew. How many years now it's been? 60? That's a wave of time.
Paula Jackson Davis was part of that very first METCO class back in 1966, selected perhaps in part due to her mother's sage advice.
She says, anything that Ms. Batson says to you, Paula, you must agree.
Here at the METCO office in Roxbury's Nubian Square, the history of the program is on proud display. And for METCO President and CEO, Dr. Candace Sumner, her past and present intersect.
There is my grandfather, Carnell Eaton, an organizing parent for Operation Exodus, which is the program that became METCO.
Tell me a little bit about your grandfather.
My grandfather was a civil rights activist in the 60s who wasn't trying to change the world, but just wanted to do better by kids.
Kids like a young Paula Jackson Davis.
Schools that we attended were not really adequate for learning. We had very few supplies. The buildings were, old, and we had very few teachers or principals of color.
In 1965, Operation Exodus launched, placing black students from underperforming schools into better, predominantly white, Boston public schools with open seats. But the demand outpaced the supply.
I knew how crowded schools were in Boston because I was a teacher in there and a pupil adjustment counselor.
At the age of 94, Dr. Jean McGuire is one of the few remaining parent activists who worked directly with Ruth Batson and METCO's founding visionaries.
So where did the idea of METCO come from?
You have to know who Ruth Batson and Ellen Jackson were.
Okay.
We saw the Southeast Expressway, which had just been built, and all these cars go. Ellen said, you know what, why don't we get some kids on buses going out?
Outside of Boston and Operation Exodus, to Arlington, Braintree, Brookline, Lexington, Lincoln, Newton, and Wellesley, METCO's original districts, towns who saw the issues and volunteered to be a part of a solution.
We took Exodus outside the city, and the buses have been rolling ever since. I've never lost a kid.
What do you think METCO's greatest benefits have been?
For the white kids in the suburbs.
If you only have the same conversation with the same people all 12 years of your, sorry, it's a cute degree, but it's not a complete degree.
And we're in a political environment now where there is some pushback against that thought process.
So let's learn from those who came before us and make sure that we are building community, make sure we are leaning with love and courage and not hate and divisiveness, and we'll still be here building and uniting.
Today, Wellesley High Principal Dr. Jamie Chisholm shares a view of this plaque commemorating Wellesley's first graduating METCO class of 1968, which includes the name Paula Jackson.
This is a beautiful plaque. Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate what it took to put it there.
1968, that states that I completed and graduated here from Wellesley High School.
Jackson Davis has said that she didn't believe her 2 years were enough to really take advantage of her time at Wellesley High. Still, her courage and sacrifice set the standard for generations to come. That includes Dr. Candace Sumner, who before becoming METCO CEO was a METCO student.
The current senior said, well, what in your experience prepared you to be the CEO of METCO? And I was like, being a METCO student.
A full circle moment in the organization her grandfather helped start.
What would he say about you being CEO of this organization now?
She said, go ahead, girl. Well done.
And Dr. Sumner's grandfather, Cornell Eaton, I mean, what a visionary, really, back in the day. And his name is one of 69 civil rights leaders and social justice leaders immortalized at the Embrace statue in Boston.
And you may recognize some other names tied to METCO: Ruth Batson, Ellen Jackson, and Jane McGuire. To learn more about all 69, we have a link on our website.